also I'm curious, y'all got to training camp in like mid-July, so I mean, just compared to college football, y'all went for whatever that was, 10, 12 weeks. How did it feel to get a break, and how's it feel knowing how much is left out in front of you still?
I mean, if I was in college, we would be in week 1 right now, so it's interesting just thinking about that, how we have a lot more games left to play. We got 11 left, but I still love it. Still love it a lot more, Just feels great to be up here in the NFL, like compared to college.
How do you feel physically? Not, I mean, maybe not just an injury, but just overall the wear and tear of the season at this point.
Body's holding up pretty good. Better than I felt like at this point, like 7 games. We only played 7 at UCLA, so like at this point in the season last year, I was feeling pretty beat up. So I feel really good this year.
Is there anything you can attribute that to?
Just continue to work on my body. Also, just practice schedule, They're taking more care of you in the NFL than they do in college. That's just kind of how it is,
Mike talks a lot about how the bye week is a good time for self-scan. I'm sure you got away from football, but now that you have just a little bit of time away from a game, what do you think you've accomplished in the first 7 games? How does it compare to what you thought you'd be able to?
A lot more than what I thought I would, and especially just in terms of playing time and having a lot more opportunity to play, just having started this past 6 games, which I didn't even think I was going to be doing going into the season until Nev went down. So definitely further along than I thought I'd be right now, so it's good.
Has that caused you to change your expectations of yourself?
No, they're the same as they were. I'd say it just speeds it up a little bit in terms of when I'm going to get where I'm trying to go.
How did you spend the bye week? Did you get out of town?
Nah, I was gonna go to LA for a little bit, but I wanted to get my car, so I got a car, got some more furniture for my place. So just use the time to get more set up and get more settled out here.
How's that? You got drafted in May.
Got a Porsche.
Gotta get the car.
You talk about having a break to kind of handle that stuff. What's that kind of been like with football, obviously taking precedence over just living regular life?
There's people that do it and are super organized about that stuff, but I kind of one-track mind, focus on ball, and then relaxing when I have a time afterwards to relax, but still go home, watch a film and all that stuff. So it was non-existent. I did a lot of it after we got a break, after when we came back from camp and after Tampa, just Thursday game, you get a little break. But after that, we've been rolling, so I wasn't focused on any of that stuff until I decided I was going to wait until the bye week when we had more time.
So furniture-wise, what did you have?
I was missing a lot of dressers, There's a couple bed frames that I didn't have. I had a one to start with, but it wasn't the one that I'm waiting for to get delivered now. So got some bed frames, couches I got pretty quickly, TVs I needed ASAP. So I really just got dressers. That was kind of the last piece, dressers and bed frames.
Have you started looking at Vikings film yet, or where are you on the game plan?
I started looking a little bit, just here and there. But we had a week to relax, so I decided to take that, just kind of get my mind off of it a little bit. Really started looking yesterday.
From what you have seen, what stands out about what Cousins is doing and what their offense is doing?
They're a really good team, So just got to be aware of that and just kind of enhance what we do.
Those of us on the outside, you kind of do math about injuries. You're like Gallimore, Tristan Hill, those guys are X amount of weeks away. What are your conversations like inside that position group, just about those guys coming along and being excited to play with them, I guess?
Definitely excited, I know they're going to be coming in hot because they've been missing this couple of weeks, and when you miss the game, you get it back, you got a little chip on your shoulder. So I know they're coming in hot, planning to give it 100%. I'm just looking forward to having them back, just being able to compete with them and, having more depth in our D-line room.
So how has the defensive coaching staff allowed y'all as rookies to contribute and be effective so far?
Just giving us opportunities and just continue to teach us, and having vets that are kind of helping us as well, as far as giving us knowledge, giving us little gems and things that we could do to help ourselves. The coaching staff is doing a great job, just also giving us a ton of knowledge. And then obviously they control the playing time and the opportunity, so just giving us opportunities to get on the field and show what we can do, and just having that belief in us is really the biggest thing.
How would you describe AD's coaching staff?
He's very good. I feel like the whole time he's coaching us, he's telling us when we could take our opportunities, you know what I mean? Like he's obviously technique, showing us film of that, like giving us access to film and cut-ups of technique and all that stuff, cutting up the opponent scout. But I feel like the biggest thing is like he's just coaching us up. This is an opportunity where you can make a play, you know what I mean? And just letting us know and just kind of beating it into our head that so we know when we have an opportunity to make the play.
You talked about how you are during the week, like in terms of like your studying and your preparation, just like how professional you are about it, and how that's not something that you can really see in the pre-draft process, especially during COVID.
I mean, just from experience, you know what I mean? I feel like athletically I've always had the talent to be an NFL player. That's something that I knew, but the production that I wasn't getting like earlier on, I feel like that kind of helped me from just working on my technique more and just kind of like doing a lot more off-season work, like as I was developing in college to be able to get to this point, just doing a lot more off-season work on my technique, a lot more self-scout with my oldest brother who played in the NFL, just watching film like after the season just to be able to figure out what we need to work on just moving forward, so I have a plan of what to drill like in the off-season and things like that. And then just knowing football so that when I'm watching film, I'm not just watching film, I'm looking for certain things, formations, tendencies, and things like that, which I gained from coaches over time, having 3 D-line coaches in college.
I remember there was a story around draft time about you and your brother and just y'all's relationship and his experience in the league. Just what's been his impression or his words of advice or encouragement about the way you started out so far?
He told me I'm doing good. Just we still like I send him clips and stuff like that. He comes to the game, so just giving me tips still, just in my ear about taking care of my body, staying healthy. That's really the biggest thing right now.
How much of a threat is your speed downfield, and what's the key to having that speed at your size?
What do you mean?
Like sometimes when you're chasing tackle, like when you'll get off the line and go chase tackle downfield. I'm trying to remember the exact game I'm thinking of. It was a few weeks ago, but it's just the speed you were able to move with.
If there wasn't anyone on the back end, I wouldn't get there. So shout out to guys in the back end just making tackles, having guys dance, which gives me time to get there. So like downfield, I would say my speed is really a non-factor. I'm just rallying to the ball and doing what I should be doing in terms of effort and, you know, trusting my guys to be there and making tackles as well. So we're just gang tackling.
That type of effort down the field on plays like that for defensive linemen, is that something that you develop at a young age, or is that something as you get older and you play college and that you realize, hey, to stay on the field, I have to do this stuff?
That's something that we've always done. Like even when I was in high school, we did pursuit drill like damn near every day. But there was a play when we played Oklahoma in 2018, I made like my first out of the pocket, like out of the trenches effort tackle, and that's kind of when it clicked. Like if you're running to the ball, you'll be able to make the plays that you're supposed to make, and then even more plays. It's a Murakami phone case.
But you never lose that.
Nah, yeah, because I can't even put it in my pocket, so I have to I have to have it in my hands most of the time, so I can't lose it because I'm always holding it, fidgeting with it, and it's a great conversation starter.
Is this a Porsche car or Porsche truck?
It's like the little SUV. It's a Cayenne coupe.
Thanks, Osa.
White.
Thank you.